All right, welcome into the Coach Mark Schmidt Show, presented as always by Aria Health, Faulkner Auto Group, and the ChamonixFootball.com. A plethora of new sponsors this week. Has no meaning or rhyme to the big game. Just all of a sudden this week people want to jump on. So I want to thank Preston's Garage, King's Caterers, Clayton Fuel, Langhorne Hotel, the Blue Fountain Diner, Pendel Hardware, Aria Health once again, and Denny Electric as well. So a lot of good sponsors jumping on. So this is going to be an extended show a little bit. I don't know how much content there's going to be, but there is going to be.
Show.
Well, just length because of people wanting to jump on board. We appreciate that. So
It's the word plethora.
Yeah.
And now he tells me it's an extended show.
Well, it's good to be organic. I don't want to prep you before we start.
Organic.
So it's good to just come out here and just see what happens. And early on, it's a train wreck. So, but something that wasn't a train wreck. Last Friday, win over Abington, 31-14. Tough game. You guys battled for 4 quarters, and you came out the W. But at least to this date, was your toughest opponent thus far, I would guess.
Oh, we knew going in they were going to be, and it was an interesting game. There just was no flow,
right.
And I'm proud of the way our guys hung in there and battled. And, they played hard. Abington sure gave us one of their better efforts, and I was real happy that we got to play a full game and step it up a notch as far as being physical and playing together. And I think that the field goal at the right at the end of the first half there was huge, and was so happy for Dylan to go out there and hit that thing, and it really kind of pumped us up. And the locker room was great, and the attitude, and they came out with a real good attitude, and couldn't be prouder of them.
You guys have been very blessed so far this year that you guys have come out and played, for the most part, mistake-free football and have garnered huge leads early and kept them for the majority of the game. Yeah. And you really haven't had, in some games, to play deep in the fourth quarter. And this Friday, you guys did. To the whistle blew, you had your first team in. Yeah. Does that help you guys think now going forward?
Well, looking back, I guess sure. I mean, you come out of it, and there's some guys that I'm really real proud of that played very well, and some guys that we knew that it was their turn to get out there and play well. And the good news now that it's over is there's a decent group of guys that are very disappointed with their effort, and I've seen them play much better in other games. So they came in here yesterday afternoon, after school, ready to go, and had a real solid session yesterday out in the field. Teaching session in here and with the films, and we're ready to put together a good Tuesday practice.
There's a lot of guys. Obviously, football's a team sport, week in and week out, that come to play. DeAndre, another huge game, running the football, but a guy that really came and seemed like a heartbeat last Friday, offensively and sometimes defensively, or defensively and sometimes offensively for you as well, was Denny Lord, who really kind of manned that middle and did a nice job.
Yeah, and you're right. Denny needed to play a good game.
Right.
I mean, Denny's he's been a streak shooter, and he's gotten away with that. He's certainly talented enough, and consistency was something that we've been pushing on him for a while. And people can just pat him on the back and say, "Oh, you're doing fine," but Neil French really holds him to a pretty high level.
Right.
And we're looking at films that we can send out to colleges and get response, and we feel this was this was a challenge game on the road, big team, good team, and against a good back. Reynolds is real good, and Denny, I thought, played very well. I thought Luke really stepped his game up and played, and Alex, and I thought our defensive line really took a step in the right direction. For the Dorian Arthur too, and Dan Johnson. I have to name those guys, Matt, because they were guys that really needed to get more physical. And Abington was big, and they really come off the ball, and they've kind of gotten after a lot of teams they played. And I was real proud of the way we played and how we played and with the technique. So which allowed Denny and Matt and to flow and fill up in there like they're supposed to. So we really needed that to happen, for this next step that we're taking on here.
I don't know how much you buy into environments, away games, home games. I know you just kind of strap it up on Friday and get ready to play. But do you think it helped your team going into homecoming, hostile crowd, an odd venue there at Edmonton, and now you get ready for this Friday? It's the same kind of deal on Friday.
I don't think it can hurt. Back to back at Council Rock. Up and back twice to Souderton. I mean, we're familiar with being on the road. And yeah, looking back, you can certainly draw a lot from that. They were pumped, and there were some things that kept them in the game for a while that they were got everybody juiced up about and got the crowd going. And I really just liked the way our guys kind of just went about their business and did their job, and then made some plays. It was great.
Well, with that win now, the Neshaminy Redskins go to 9-0 and undefeated in Conference League play, and they now will take on Pennsbury this Friday, a game you can hear on 1490 WBCB as well as WBCB1490.com. Our coverage from the field will begin at 6 o'clock, kickoff at 7. When we come back, we'll talk about that game and much more here on the Coach Mark Schmidt Show, presented by Aria Health, Faulkner Auto Group, and NeshaminyFootball.com. We'll be right back.
The Aria 3B Orthopedic Institute is redefining care in Center City and South Jersey. And our 50,000 square foot location on Aria Health's Bucks campus in Langhorne features private rooms, free parking, and nearby hotels. With over a century of experience, the world-class 3Bs, Doctors Booth, Bartolozzi, Balderston, and their partners personally guide you from treatment through recovery. For all your orthopedic needs, call 1-888-ORTHO-3B or visit aria3bortho.org. At the Aria 3B Orthopedic Institute, you come first.
As much of a tradition in Bucks County as the annual Pennsbury-Neshaminy football game is a visit to the Blue Fountain Diner Restaurant, Route 1 at Woodburn Road in Langhorne. For more than 50 years, the Blue Fountain has been serving farm-fresh, high-quality food, weekday breakfast specials starting at $3.25, double-decker sandwiches, wraps from around the world, including the Garden State Vegetarian Wrap, steaks and chops, hot open sandwiches, classic burgers, sautéed specialties, and fresh seafood dishes. Plus the Blue Fountain's famous daily roasts, including prime rib of beef, chicken, and turkey. And this Thanksgiving, let the Blue Fountain cook and stuff your turkey. All you have to do is pick it up. Call the Blue Fountain Diner Restaurant at 215-949-3533. That's 215-949-3533. And they prepare a home-cooked turkey for your Thanksgiving table. Don't forget to take home one of their delicious homemade pies and desserts for the holidays. That's the Blue Fountain Diner Restaurant, open 7 days, 24 hours on Business Route 1 at Woodburn Road in Langhorne. As much of a tradition as Pennsbury vs. Neshaminy.
If you are looking for a new car, where do you go? Faulkner Auto Group at 4427 Street Road in Trevose is where to go. For the best deals in Bucks County for all of your new or pre-owned cars, trucks, or SUVs, go to Faulkner Auto Group. It is always Faulkner to be sure. You can also always go to www.faulknerautogroup.com. Just remember, this year it's Faulkner Auto Group for your new car or truck. 4427 Street Road in Trevose to be sure. Faulkner Auto Group, 215-364-7720. Faulkner Auto Group, a proud supporter of Neshaminy High School football.
This winter, your friend in the fuel oil business is Mark Clayton at Clayton Fuel of Langhorne. This winter, for automatic delivery, budget plans, or pre-purchase plans, call Mark Clayton Fuel at 215-757-7200. That's 215-757-7200. Mark Clayton is your heating and air conditioning specialist for installations and year-round service. This winter, stay warm with Mark Clayton Fuel of Langhorne, your friend in the business. Call Mark Clayton at 215-757-7200. Mark Schmidt Show is brought to you in part by NeshaminyFootball.com, a proud supporter of Neshaminy football. Whether it's 2013 team information or look back at Neshaminy's 85-year football history, make it NeshaminyFootball.com. All right, welcome once again to the Coach Mark Schmidt Show, presented as always by Aria Health, Faulkner Auto Group, and NeshaminyFootball.com. And you guys go 9-0 now, and Week 10 is upon us. I think the biggest question that everyone's going to ask right out the gate is, who is hosting the pasta party on Thursday for you guys?
I don't have any clue.
That's a question I think a lot of people want to. They want to. This is why they're watching it. They're curious.
Well, you might have to come back tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know. Usually I ask on Thursdays after practice, but they've been very successful, and it's something our guys look forward to. But Thursday is also, Halloween, so
I was going to say, yeah.
it's kind of a monkey wrench.
It's
I'm
nervous
not
too.
Sure, I'm not sure what those guys will get squared
Because
away.
what if John Cook or Dan Johnson get towards the Halloween candy early and they come in with a tummy ache on Friday? That's another issue that I didn't even think of. That's a good point.
The way some of those guys, I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah.
All kinds of variables.
It's always an adventure when we got Pennsbury coming. It's always an issue. There's always something going on.
Well, it's pretty cool.
Last year we had a hurricane. One year we had Phillies parade. One year we had Halloween, and so it's it's always an interesting week, no matter what. So if there are 18 of them, this being 19, you just kind of realize that something crazy is going to come. So just get ready for it.
Well, college football and NFL football now has been shaped by financial landscapes, changing economies, all these things. A lot of NFL players will say that the purest and the funnest form of the game they see is at the high school level. And I think we're going to see a good one on Friday against two opponents that are very familiar with one another. And all that nostalgia is pretty cool now. Last week of the year to kind of get that going.
It's very cool. I mean, and it's something that the Suburban One is very sympathetic to. They start their yearly schedule by the Chamonix-Pennsbury last,
right,
and then they work back from there. They've since added, I think, Rock North and South. I think maybe they've added East and West, CB back into that fold again. I think there's one, maybe I don't know, but that's where we are, and that's always been that way. And that was something that it took me a year or two to get used to when I first got here, and the magnitude. But it's a great environment. It's fun, and we've had a couple times where there's been some things on the line when we've gotten there. And when there isn't, it's still a war. So now I think everybody, I'm sure a lot of people are taping their ankles to jump back on that bandwagon again, and for the big game and all that kind of mess. But look, it's we're separated by a road and kind of at an angle, but it's a great tradition.
Pennsbury week, I'm sure your boys are amped up. I talked to Denny after the game, and Abington just got over 30 seconds ago, and he was already looking to next Friday. But, what's a rallying cry for your guys this week? I'm sure they came in more amped up on Saturday than you've seen them, and yesterday and today probably as well. How do you tame that emotion? Because, you got 3-4 days to play the game on Friday.
Well, we need to just settle down and just concentrate on what we need to get better. We need to work on. I mean, Pennsbury's very multi-dimensional offensively. People, they run the ball, but they run the ball with 4 guys,
right? And
they do it very, very well. It's a different style offense, and they're running it extremely well this year. They've got kind of the quarterback, 3 great backs, and then him, he's 4, and then a good wideout and a big tight end. I mean, they've got a really good team. And then defensively, they're really doing that. They're flying to the football. They really kind of changed their style the last couple of years since Dan came on board, and he's taken some different kind of kids and had a really kind of a attack defense rather, and playing downhill and forcing the issue. Right. And we got to be ready for both of them. And so we don't need to be amped up right now. We need to be paying attention,
right,
and concentrating on just understanding what's coming and being able to handle that.
That short drive up Route 1 off the Oxford Valley Road exit, is that one of your, and you've been here a long time, you've been in a lot of places and a lot of cool venues, but week 10, is this probably your funnest road trip year in and year out when you have to go up there every year?
Yeah, it is. It changed. I mean, it used to always be Saturday.
That's right,
sure. For a long time. And it was always a Saturday afternoon, last game of the season, boom, and a lot of the line a lot of times. And, so you get there and look out, then get that intersection and look out over their campus, and it's kind of cool. And now, by the time we get there, it's kind of dark, and then you look out and you see the lights, and, it's like, all right, cool, we're here. And it has that kind of a presence to it, like ours place does, and their stadiums are both comparable in size and stuff, and there's a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat.
Very neat, and also, if you want to get tickets prior to the game, because it will be difficult possibly on Friday, you can go to Pennsbury 6 to 8 on Wednesday. You can also go through, I believe, the entire week here at Neshaminy High School during the school hours, I believe, to get tickets as well.
Okay.
It's a limited amount. I know it's not a full amount, but you can get some of the tickets pre-sale here at Neshaminy or also at Pennsbury prior to kickoff on Friday night. If you want to come prepared, I'm here in rain, so we don't know. So,
right.
Did you hear that yet?
I've heard a lot of different things.
Okay.
I've heard maybe yes, maybe out, maybe in.
Okay.
Can't
worry about that.
It's Pennsbury week.
That's right.
You gotta,
and Halloween.
Show up on Friday and you go.
That's right. We'll talk about that game detailed here after this short break here on the Coach Mark Schmidt Show, presented by Aria Health, NeshaminyFootball.com, and Faulkner Auto Group. We'll be right back.
Connect with another bright idea from Denny Electric Supply, Business Route 1 in Pendel. Denny Electric Supply is the professional's choice for fast, friendly service with same-day delivery on thousands of items, including hard-to-find items from A to Z. For over 70 years, Denny Electric Supply is still locally owned and operated, with over 8 locations serving residential, industrial, and commercial customers. And now is the time to prepare for winter. Don't be left in the cold again. Denny Electric has Generac generators in stock for home or business. Check out all the bright ideas from Denny Electric Supplies on Business Route 1 in Pendel. Open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to noon.
Nestled in historic Langhorne is the Langhorne Hotel, serving fine food and drinks since 1704. The Langhorne Hotel offers great homemade Italian-American cuisine that is very moderately priced so the whole family may enjoy a night out. Their appetizers and soups featuring their lobster crab bis is a local favorite. Fresh seafood daily, including their hotel crab cakes, veal dishes, and char-broiled beef dishes featuring their black Angus strip steak. Chicken and homemade pasta dishes available as well. The Langhorne Hotel also has a sandwich menu and late-night bar menu. And during all Eagles games and Phillies sporting events, the Langhorne Hotel has 25-cent wings. The Langhorne Hotel, open 7 days for lunch and dinner at 100 West Maple Avenue in Langhorne. Pendel Hardware, the old-fashioned hometown hardware store in the heart of Pendel at 121 South Bellevue Avenue, where they repair screens and windows, where tool sharpening is still done, and where you can find batteries for watches, and they still install them for you. And Pendel Hardware is an official Cognate fingerprinting site for background checks. For a complete line of electrical appliances, paints, and hardwares, including those hard-to-find items, it's Pendel Hardware at 121 South Bellevue Avenue. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pendel Hardware, the hometown hardware store at 121 South Bellevue Avenue in Pendel. Complete automotive repairs and service for over 30 years has been Preston's Garage and Performance Center in Humeville. Dave Preston is born and raised in our community and is a proud graduate in the Neshaminy High School class of 75. Dave Preston is a person you can trust for dependable and honest auto repairs and service. Preston's Garage is one of the cleanest repair centers in all of Pennsylvania. All types of auto repairs and service, state inspection, emission testing, alignments, oil and lube service, brakes, tune-ups, and more. Preston's Garage offers all types of auto and truck repairs and at very honest prices. Preston's Garage is a bumper-to-bumper authorized repair center. They even have a separate motorcycle repair center on the premises. Call 215-752-3041. That's 215-752-3041 for Preston's Garage, 2 blocks from the Firehouse in Humeville at 114 Rates Avenue. And Dave Preston and his family are proud supporters of the student-athletes in Neshaminy High School.
Celebrating 60 years in business is King's Caterers, 4010 New Falls Road, Bristol Township. King's Caterers is family-owned and operated and is the home of the Neshaminy High School football banquet. King's Caterers has been voted the best of Bucks, and they have 4 beautiful banquet rooms available. Their executive chef is a graduate of the Culinary Institute of America. For the most romantic wedding, business affair, sports banquet, or other affair, call King's Caterers at 215-943-7070. That's 215-943-7070. Or toll free at 1-800-CATER-KC. King's Caterers, celebrating over 60 years of making your affair a memorable one. Check out their website, too, at kingscaterers.com.
All right, welcome into the Coach Mark Schmidt Show, presented as always once again by Aria Health, Faulkner Auto Group, and NeshaminyFootball.com. And we've talked about Abby, we talked about the nostalgia of the game. Now we're going to talk about the game.
Where is Pennsbury, not Abington?
I mean, we talked about Abington in the first segment. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I just don't know what I'm doing.
He's got a piece of paper of all these sponsors he has
It's
to cover.
confusing me,
He's
very
got
much so. So
you know,
it's
trying to
very
help.
he is.
I'm the one that should be uptight.
He's
guy's
coaching.
the one that's uptight.
I'm
so.
I'm the one amped up today.
I can tell. You need to settle.
I do. I'm going to practice today and just
No,
relax.
you're not.
Okay,
No,
I won't be
no.
there then. I will see them Friday.
Maybe not what you Go ahead.
Big game on Friday, detailed in, you mentioned they got a bunch of backs they can throw at you, Snorway, Rahway, a quarterback that can run, a whole new dimension of an offense that, you're pretty familiar with, but you add these new backs and a quarterback that's mobile and,
Sure.
and an offensive line that's pretty big, and, you add all that in, it's a tough challenge for you
No
guys.
doubt. No doubt. And that's what kind of, I was very, very pleased, looking at things on the way home from Abington, watching and then seeing the game that night confirmed what I thought I saw. And, our guys were using real good technique up front and moving their feet, getting up in there and creating. And again, the defense has been something that we've leaned on more than once here this year. And offensively, we've got to help them defensively with the field positions. If we can't get points or we don't get points, we certainly have to do our part of flipping the field and creating a long field, because they can take it from 92 yards or 2 yards. They've got some guys that can get around that corner. When they hit the corner, you're not catching them. So we've just got to play well, and if they want to hit it up the middle and get past that that second level, they can go. So I mean, it's not a this and a that. It's everything. It's sideline to sideline, and the coaches have done it already, well into the teaching method of what they want to do. We've got a plan of attack, and offensive wise, we've got to take the ball, and we've got to be able to do a better job, be more consistent. That's really been the thing that's been bugging me a little bit. Is having chances, we're not taking advantage of something.
Right.
I mean, that bothers me a little bit.
Last week against Abington, it seemed like your senior guys really kind of came, the cream rise in a sense with a lot of the senior guys, and now you get set for a Pennsbury game where defensively at some positions Pennsbury's a little younger. Not to say they're worse in any way, just younger than you guys are.
Sure.
You guys are relying on that veteran leadership you have with the Denny's and the Lukes and the Coles and all these
I
guys.
think you have to, because there's going to come times in this game where it's going to get, where it's going to be one of those moments where, you got to bust through it, or you stand there and watch, and I think we certainly have enough experience out there and experience in those positions and situations to grab a hold and just go.
Right.
The one thing I just want these guys to do is, and I already said it to them yesterday, so they can have it in their head. I said, when the game's over, look at themselves and say, I did the best I could.
Right.
And shoot. And because the last thing you want in games like this is to say, oh, gee, is there for to be a play or to be one situation. Last year the situation pretty much was mine. I mean, I blew it, and at the end of the game there, we got into a situation where, I made a mistake, and I vowed to the team I will never let it happen again. So, that's on me. I mean, I want it to be my. If anything goes wrong, I want it to be my fault, not anybody else's. So.
You mentioned earlier flipping field, and now you've been very blessed so far with the special teams crew you guys had. Chris Watson,
Chris did a
nice job on Friday. Dylan McDonald comes out, his first really field goal attempt. He had a longer PAT earlier, I know.
No, actually it didn't. That was 40 yards this week.
No, I'm saying a couple weeks ago in
Yeah,
Truman,
and
it wasn't
Council
longer.
Rock.
Was it Council Rock?
Yeah.
But really, that's his first field goal attempt all year.
Yeah.
And he comes out double iced and
how about that?
and comes out and drills it from
3
40,
seconds.
man. So
honestly, I don't know if Dylan knew what the heck was going on.
Well, that's good
and
too.
He came over to the eyes. The second time I said, "Hey, man, go over there and just keep smiling," because he is like, "Coach, wow, this is cool." I'm like, "Hey, Dylan, just go on over there and stay loose," and and it was great. I mean, a lot of our younger guys, a lot of our Cooks, our snapper, he grabbed them together and said, "Yo, they're not going to let us do this. Give this kid a chance." It was great. It was really cool to see it, and and it was something that a coach didn't have to do, and so it was nice to see some guys that take care of that ownership.
Well, after you see, Dylan, has the leg from a decent amount of yards, only a freshman, and for the most part, your offense has been pretty successful, putting 6 on the board once again in that red zone area. But you add another dimension now when you're in that 20 to 25 range. You can possibly rely on Dylan.
Well, I never had any doubts that he could handle, he could handle the red zone field goals. He's getting better. What really impressed me was the catch that Ham made to get us there. I mean, that was a bad ball, and he went down low and scooped it, and gave us the chance. I mean, Ham made a hell of a catch in there, coming across the middle. And, it wasn't a great throw, and we made a nice catch and kick a field goal, and all of a sudden we get that little jolt. And, it's crazy how things happen.
Yeah. DeAndre Pollard's been your man all year. I'm sure you're expecting more to him on Friday as well. It's not only him, but Blake and Denny and the rest of them up there.
Yeah, the line of scrimmage is something we've got to take advantage of. I mean, we've got to try to establish that. We've got to do the best we can, and we've got to, they're very active at that second level in all different places. And, we've got to make sure we get those guys blocked, because when they're not blocked, they make plays. They're really, really talented. And when you get half of them, they still get half. They throw their body in the hole. I mean, they're really good football players. Yeah.
What are you hearing this week? Are we having a pep rally? Are we having a Halloween party? What's going on? Crazy week here in the Chamonix getting ready?
I hope not.
You're just in your cave and you're just
here. We're happy, and the kids show up. That's how we roll here, man. That extra stuff's great, but let somebody else do it.
I hear you. So. Well, we will have the entire game for you on 1490 WBCB, as well as WBCB1490.com, beginning at 6 o'clock. Once again, if you want to pre-purchase tickets for this Friday's game, you can do it, I believe, regular school hours at Neshaminy, as well as 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow at Pennsbury East High School. So I want to thank Coach Marks once again. Best of luck on Friday.
Thank you, man. Thank
all of our sponsors, and we want to thank you for watching. So don't forget, come on out Friday. I'm hearing maybe 7,000 people there. It's pretty cool. All right, I will have a reserved spot somewhere near you on the sideline. I'll get a headset on, and and I'll help you out if you need be.
Do the best you can.
Okay.
Let me know.
For Coach Mark Schmidt, Matt Miro from 1490 WBCB, signing off, saying we'll see you on Friday. Take care, everybody.